When it comes to the 1989 volleyball team, the words determination and ambition were in the minds of the varsity team. The record of 26-2 and the leadership of Mickey Haley and Amy Dannon, the Falcons ended the title of sectional champions over the great rivalry of St. Ansgar. This added to the tradition of this 5-year title. With hard work and dedication, the team learned to work in unison by using communication and concentration. These qualities brought the team from fallen defeat to sweeping victories left and right.
When it came to the two most important aspects in volleyball, serving and service reception, Molly helped lead the way with 210 completed passes out of 358 attempts and was the highest server at 96% accuracy. 81 out of 423 of these were aces. With 63 completed sets, 273 spikes, and 32 blocks, Molly was a great asset to the team's success by adding 280 points.
Carrie Newberger, coming onto the floor as the first-year starter, proved her ability by using hard work and determination. She helped the team out in all 5 categories with 124 out of 272 completed passes, 38 out of 50 sets, 183 out of 240 spikes, and a 75% blocking accuracy and 89% serving.
Every team needs a strong leader, and Mickey Haley was certainly that. As a setter, with a whopping 1,109 completed sets out of 1,262 attempts, 358 of these being aces. Not only did she show her great ability in setting, but also in service reception with 67% accuracy, 115 spikes out of 136, 66% blocking, and 226 out of 276 serves, 40 of these being aces. She added 145 points.
With great sets, you need a powerful spiker, and Holly Jennings filled the crowd with enthusiasm as she pounded 573 out of 705 spikes, 318 of these being hot-handed, ground-shaking aces. Holly also stood out in the area of 82 out of 182 blocks, 28 out of 39 sets, 42% completed passes, and 72% serving, 38 being aces. She added 111 hard-earned points also.
Bonnie Meyerhofer, another important player, showed her strength in serving with 80% accuracy. Her next highest area was her well-needed spikes, 98 out of 119 attempts. By being a great front row player with 59 completed passes, she also added 111 points with her wholehearted effort.
Amy Dannon also shined throughout the season with 175 out of 314 completed passes, 106 out of 129 sets, 23 of these being aces. 77 out of 105 spikes, 25 of these aces, and 22 out of 29 blocks. With her great ability in serving, she ended the season with 127 out of 165 serves, 43 of these being unreceivable aces. As a second-year starter, Amy helped us survive our hardships by never letting us hang our heads and never giving up.
When it comes to great reserves, the leader, Mitzi Brunsvold, was able to come through when we needed her the most, especially in sectionals. Mitzi proved she was ready to play by adding great spikes and blocks, but not only did she show her readiness in sectionals, she did throughout the whole season with 63% accuracy in spikes, 50% blocking, and 47% service reception. But Mitzi's strongest point was in the area of serving, 24 out of 37 complete serves, 11 of these being aces.
Other great reserves were Jen Caduce and Jenny Knowles. They both showed great efforts in all areas. Other reserves were Ann Fredrickson, Mindy Stevenson, and Tricia Gertis.
Great recognition goes to first all-conference team Holly Jennings, who was a unanimous choice. Second team Mickey Haley, and honorable mention Molly McGuire. Also special thanks to captains Mickey Haley and Amy Dannon for filling us with the determination we needed to succeed in our goal of going to regionals, where we fought a hard battle but lost with pride over how far we had gone.
This year, the North Central Drama Department had its ups and downs, and one of the ups was getting a new director, Mrs. Crow.
I think it went pretty well. It had its normal problems, and it worked through most everything, and I think it pulled off pretty well.
What's the most memorable experience for you?
Well, I guess everyone would tell me my most memorable experience would have to be getting ready for Friday night's production and never putting it on due to the snow and weather. For the night of production, the most interesting thing would have to be watching the cat jump down from the stage and join the audience, and then telling my husband to go get it, because I wasn't going to.
The Downs were having their curtains drawn on the opening night due to 6 cast and crew members that were involved in an auto accident. But the show went on, and Saturday night they had a full house and a success. Meet Me in St. Louis was a delightful comedy that was set in the time of the World's Fair in 1904. The Smith family was a typical, yet not so typical family of the time. Mr. Smith, played by Mike Moore, was a typical hard-working businessman. His wife, Holly Moore, was a kind and gentle lady. Mr. Smith had received a promotion to New York, but the family wasn't so happy. The oldest daughter, Rose, played by Darcy Bakehouse, and daughter Esther, Sherry Bergman, had beaus and didn't want to leave their long-life home. They teamed up with their younger sisters, Agnes, Erin McMillan, and Tootie, Vicky Smith, to convince Papa's boss, Mr. Dodge, played by Chad Thompson, that they shouldn't go to New York. The girls had a lot of little antics that kept everyone laughing, with the exceptions of cast members Wesley Roming, John Lawson, Tim Burr, and Aaron Blackburn, because they often got caught up in the tricks of the girls. Oh yes, and Brother Lon, played by Paul Giese, doesn't laugh either, because at one point he loses both of his girlfriends, Lucille and Ida, both played by Jaron Dietrich, due to his sisters. Trying to keep the Smith family running smoothly, we had Grandpa, John Slager, and the Smith's maid, Renee Peterson. Eventually, Mr. Smith got fired, and they didn't go to New York. Yet later, he gains his old job back and a pay raise along with it, and the family remained in St. Louis happily ever after to enjoy the World's Fair together.